thank you for this opportunity to comment on the review of the initial reports of the government of Taiwan. You are very lucky to have 10 experts. Currently in the UN UPR, Universal Peer Review, there are only 3 experts who assess the results of each country, so you're getting very good measure with 10. Also, the quality of your experts is quite wonderful. 3 of them I have known for many years and have interacted with them on many issues of human rights. One of them, Mr. Manfred Novak, I saw on the table. He had left there a copy of his huge book about the ICCPR. Second actor is the government. Usually, again, in a UN model, there will be about 6 to 15 representatives of government. I estimated you had over 100 representatives of government coming in 2 rooms or at different times. So this is unique. They were also amazing that when the experts asked the question, how many people were expelled last year for being irregular workers, within 3 seconds they came up with a number. Say there were 50, or there were 60, or 70. This is like a computer that suddenly the answer comes up. So these government experts were really good. And in the few occasions when they didn't have the answer, they said, wait, and they telephoned, and 3 minutes later they had an answer. So you were well served by the government. Third actor, of course, were the NGOs, or civil society organizations. In a Greek play, there is a group of people called the chorus, who make a comment and to relate what's happening on the stage to reality. They can be very irreverent, and they can give you rumors, they can give you their reactions, and they can make fun of the other actors. So this part was played by the NGOs, and invaluable, and it was, I will just in a moment expand a bit more. I recognize several faces already that we saw over the last few days, so you are here again. Watching the experts, when the government representatives gave them figures, they made note of it and they fitted in with this. They are scholars themselves and they love to have data and statistics. When they interacted with the CSO, the NGOs, they didn't take many notes, but they sat there with shocked expressions on their faces, and you could see the almost disbelief that they were meeting the people who had direct experience. The government officials, I think none of them ever met any of the people whose human rights had been abused, but this was meeting the representatives who had met and interacted, and you deeply affected the experts, as one could see. The use of the exercise. I think one thing, you have established a script. You have established a way of discussing and talking about human rights. For instance, when the government gives you a statistic, you can ask to update the statistic. They can't refuse because it's a public, the original statistic is a public statistic, and you can say, I want an update on this, and I think they will be ready. Before, they wouldn't have been ready. They say, no, this is confidential, this is a government secret, but once the figure is published, then the update should also be given to you. The other thing which you have established is your right as NGOs and CSOs to speak. You have made the experts listen to you. They have come out with results which come from you, and therefore you have now established yourselves as an authoritative voice on human rights in Taiwan. Final comment is, when there's a drama, and when there are actors, and when there's a play, there's always an audience. This morning I looked through the newspapers, about 6 newspapers, but I saw that there is no mention in the newspapers of the meetings of the last few days. This is something deeply wrong, and this is something extraordinary. There were pictures of beautiful girls. There were news about nuclear what's it, but nothing that I could identify as being news about this meeting. So this is your task, to bring the message to the people and to make them understand that this affects their lives much more than the model wearing beautiful clothes, or much more than other small news which gets onto the front page. This is front page news, which should have been there. And if it's not there, then it is up to you to get it there. Thank you.